You want anything? I just gotta plug in the other lights. Coming out, Tut Tut? Or is that Benno? Hi, Benny. So Margie, Benny, coming out, Marge. Come on out, Benno. So Margie, Benny, here, Margie. He just coming out to be making you crazy, Margie. Come on, Benny, come look. Hurry up. Go see. Go on, look. I know you want to. Go ahead. Go look. All right, come on. Come on. Benny, let's go. Come on. Out. I give you an inch and you take more. Get up there. Now. Go on. Go ahead, Artie Pants. Hi! Welcome to my tube. My tiny little tube. It's moving soon. As you can see, the background has changed. People don't know this about me, but I really don't do good with change, and I've had a lot of change. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of discipline for me. Like today, for example, I moved a load of stuff up to the new place. It's 15 miles north. Come on, Tuck. And I'm trying to keep things as normal as possible and on the routine for Ma. But ain't nothing is normal right now. Nothing's normal. Come on, Tuck. Are you going to get a drink? Go ahead. Hit that hydration station. So I took a load up there and I had to empty out the generator. I had to put that in like it has the new place has a little mud room in the back room, and I just took it out of I took parts of it out of the box because it was me and my buddy, and the thing's 250 pounds. So between the two of us, we got it in there, though. It's really exciting. It's just like I got overstimulated today. Because I took the first load, and then, see, I know about myself. It's taken me 48 years to get to know me. Go lay down. Go on. Go lay down. Now. Get up there. All the dogs are squirrely. They're all squirrely. They all know something's up. Cats are all squirrely. Stan Lee's the only one that's acting normal, I think. But, so after I did that, I was like, man, I need to get me and Mom a bed. We need, like, a real bed. And I went to, like, there's only a couple places in Taos, New Mexico that you can buy furniture. And I went to this place the other day, and it wasn't such a positive exchange. It was a different experience today, except there was a little miscommunication between... Get up here. Between the sales lady and myself, and I thought the bill was going to be like $1,400, $1,500, and it was more than that. Although it has one of those pedestals that raises up the head, Ma, the head raises up. So if you want to lay in bed in the morning and wake up a little bit, we can raise the bed up. And the feet raise up too. It's good for your back to raise your feet up just a little bit, which helps aid because I have to put on the futon. Mom has been sleeping on this crappy futon for 2 years. She deserves this. She deserves this. I deserve this too. It's a comfortable bed, Ma. You're really going to like it. Too bad it's going to take maybe potentially 3 weeks to get here. Hopefully it'll get here sooner than that, though. But, everything is just one step at a time, one step at a time. And, you know, with my personality, I just oftentimes, hey, Rivet, like to just push through things. Yeah. So I'm learning not to. Last few years, I definitely have to know that there is a course of action, that there's divine timing, and there's time for me to push through, and there's time for me to go within and yield, and deciphering between the two. I use astrology to help me out with that. But I called today's talk the Protectors, because, man, I don't know if what's going on in Omaha there, Rivet, but if you're still here, but in New Mexico, things are just like, it's lawlessness already. It has been since I've lived here 2 years. And it's just like, I see energy as waves, you know? I mean, we've been in this big old wave. We've been riding this wave of compliance for the last, 20, 30 years? You know, things kind of just been ebbing and flowing. Yeah, we'll occasionally go bomb people in other countries, but that's in the name of freedom, and freedom ain't real. All that stuff. Because if you notice, the last 2 years, not a lot of people are free. And more people are going to be restricted financially and stuff. It's just, it's because everything's going up. Everything's going up. I was telling my buddy today, Benny, I'm going to beat you. Get up there and lie down. Come here. Get up here and lie down. Get up. Come here. Get up here. Go. Go ahead. Go on. Good boy. That's good. That's good. He does this every talk I do because he drives me crazy. It's so rude. So you get like a company, you know, and they have their employees and they have their base pay, and then something big happens, and then like I don't know, COVID or I don't know, they throw out keywords, key phrases like inflation. Right? These are just words. People set the prices. I hate economics. I always thought it was really stupid when they projected, which means a projection is a guess. So they guess how much revenue they're going to make. So they put a made-up number on a made-up thing, and if they don't reach that made-up number, then they call it a loss. And then other people get punished because somebody guessed wrong. It's just, this planet is just ridiculous, and the people at the top are absurd. And the games that they play don't have anything to do with what's happening, boots on the ground, civilians, people just living their everyday lives. Their system serves them. It doesn't serve the general population, and the general population is finally waking up going, oh my gosh, they don't do nothing to help nobody. Yet, when the next wave of the latest and greatest comes out, you know, now we're going to see all kinds. I've been talking about it for years. We're going to see EVs with the state logo on it. We're going to see, just because people want it. Not because it's practical, not because it's sustainable. It's because it's the latest and greatest, and pretentious people want it that way. So they make their life how they want it for them, and we pay the cost with taxes. You know? And people can't afford to live to pay for the government and the grossity of which this government has become of. And it's a circle of greed. I don't see two political parties. I see one twisted, absurd, gross cesspool of scumbags. There is not a politician that lives in this country that is for just regular people. They're millionaires, and they only care about themselves. And that's their behavior has proven this time and time again. They are not here to protect people. They're not here to make sure that people they want people to be scared, so people spend money. And there's a big shift coming. It's Yeah, so how do big businesses, how do big companies, how do they reward the people? You know, they get all this bailout money, they get all this stimulus money, they get all this, you know, to be compliant. And what do? They could keep the prices low. Like if you go out and buy a soda, it could still be $1.29, right? But whenever there's a big wave of BS that comes out, what they do is they make products, right? They make a product. This is a cherry Sprite. It's like my favorite soda. I don't like to drink them very often, but my buddy buys them for me. Cherry Sprite, right? Okay, I drink them every now and again. World falls apart. They get all kinds of money. The company gets all kinds of money to so that the CEOs and stuff can continue living their lavish lifestyles. Now, instead of sustaining prices, keeping them where they're at a reasonable level, they raise the prices, right? And then with that excess money, they hire new marketing. We got to change the brand. We got to change the look. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about what any, you know, and they did that. And now the label looks like this. It's purple. So it went from this, pre-inflation, post-inflation. Pre-post. Pre-post. And they do it on all the products. And there's a lot of companies that I will not even buy from anymore. I don't buy from Amazon. I haven't had an Amazon Prime in, 3 years? I haven't had Netflix in 2 years. I'm getting stripped from 3D society. I am. In the place we live, and we're in God's country. I don't have phone service up there, and I haven't tested my router yet to see if it even works. So I might not even have internet for a while. We'll find out here before too long, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to be living where my hands are, you know? Getting to know people in the community, you know, getting out the word that if you have any IT issues or, you know, you got any maintenance or you just need help, you know, let's see what I can do to help. Yeah. Because there's not enough people on this planet doing stuff to help other people. They're just not. There's plenty of people on this planet that are getting paid a lot of money to say, we care. And they don't really, but saying you care and thoughts and prayers. No, God, Creator, as I see it, divine source, gives us the ability, puts things on our heart, help this person, do this kind gesture for this, do this for this person, do that, you know. And every now and again, you got to help those that help themselves. You know, I can't be spending my energy enabling people that aren't willing to put themselves in a better position too. You know, so I don't really want to listen to two joints right now. But the protector. The protector. I was always the protector. I always was protecting Mom from guys that tried to beat her up, and I just got pushed down a lot. And I've tried to protect her my whole. She's just a little lady, and for whatever reason, she would just find these guys that would just like to beat the crap out of her, just because, you know, makes them feel big, makes them feel manly. Or a lot of dudes can't even freaking like. I don't know. I don't need to get into that. I don't know. I'm going to talk about something else. But so, and then I see all this stuff on the media, and people are more concerned about that's cool. Omaha's calm, but Omaha's not going to stay calm, though, buddy. I don't think Omaha's going to stay calm. I don't think any place is going to stay calm. No, that's cool. You should be going and hanging out when you're with your wife. Absolutely. Tell her I said hey. But just like people now, I see like people like the violence and stuff that's ensuing, and the people that just watch. I was always that my whole life. I was that person. I don't like violence. I don't like people getting hurt. I'm the one breaking it up. In high school, people wouldn't fight around me because they knew I would just try and break it up. I'm like, no, not today. You guys, there's no reason, there's no reason to do that. Especially in high school, what? You like the girl I like, I'm going to beat you up. It's the same mentality as people get older. People get people get offended a lot when they get their buttons pushed. And I had a sponsor, and she used to say, why do you have buttons? You shouldn't have any buttons. So I was like, so I'm just supposed to go through life and not get upset about anything? She's like, yeah. So, what? Really, huh? What? All right, I'll give it a try. And I try. Like today, the astrology was freaking the potential for gnarly things to happen this morning, and I saw it reflected in the media. Like in Los Angeles, I think it was somewhere around the grade or the grapevine. So I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. But I do know that the morning commute, there was like 30 cars that got flat tires. And I wonder how many of those people freaking change their own tire. It drives me crazy, people that can't change their own tire. I got AAA. I still change my own tire even with AAA, But and then there was a 60 car pileup in Oregon, north of Bend, on I-5 South, and that was kind of a trip. It was really foggy, I guess. I don't know. Washington and Oregon, they're going through weird stuff. Dutch Sense did a premiere a little while ago, and some people are saying that one of the volcanoes up there are venting. I can't remember which one, but well, stuff trickles out. I keep thinking about Omaha. When I used to take meetings of a certain variety to the jail in Pottawatomie County Jail. In Pottawatomie County, Council Bluffs, Iowa, north up there. And I did that for like 6 or 7 years. That's how I spent my Friday nights. I'd go in and talk to these women and let them know that they don't have to live the way that they were living to get them in there. That they don't got to live that way. They can live a different way, and life can get better if you just do some work and stuff like that. And they educated me on a lot of stuff because they have illegals. You got your women that come up here to try to work, and then they send money back to their homes, right? They would freaking host these because they would deport them. It's all a business. It's also the feds could get funds to do this stuff, and the work just doesn't really. It doesn't really add up. The money that they get for this one woman. I hadn't seen her in a few months because she got deported and came back, okay? So she shared with me her story that on her way back when she got deported, she was in her own bus, her own big luxury bus, because they keep buying themselves, it's to take care of the people, but they don't. But they buy this big old bus for one person to go to the airport, to fly in an airplane by themselves. Okay, this is what taxpayers are paying for. Right? Straight from the horse's mouth. Right? All this, I'm the only one on the plane. Right? See, people don't get accounts of this because they don't go do those things because they would rather do all the fun stuff in life where all those things don't exist. You know, and all that human trafficking and stuff. I didn't even know what human trafficking was until like 6 or 7 years ago. That's how ignorant I was. Well, I didn't know. I knew what it is to take people and, you know, all the coyote, you know, but it wasn't until I got to New Mexico. I met coyotes here. And it's not just a wild animal. Those are guys that go and freaking get people and escort them. You know, it's all a business, man. Everything's a business. If things weren't allowed, if the powers at the top didn't want things to be, they wouldn't be. But all these systems serve their place. All these people, you know, it's a trip. So, other weird stuff that was going on today that I noticed. But those accidents, I was like, man, people drive so fast anyway. I drive like my grandpa. I do. Have you seen any of the weird anomalies that are going on? Anybody out there see the weird stuff? Like, I saw some video footage of the floods in Venezuela, and it was straight up rivers in the street. Straight up rivers in the street. Yeah, my pictures are great. They are. Nobody's ever paid me for any picture I've ever taken, but it's weird. I don't know. My pictures. I posted some on Facebook today. My buddy, my friend, he lives on the Pueblo. And I get to, sometimes I'll take him and drop him off. And I used to drop him off at the casino, and then finally the way opened the Pueblo again, so I take him all the way in, you know, and it's like visiting the past. I did it for the first time yesterday and like drove him down and circled around. I actually saw the Pueblo. That's the thumbnail picture that I have on this video. And I was like, dude, my DNA is activating right now. I am like, whoa. I was just like, it takes you back, you know? I mean, it's like living in the freaking 1700s. You know, but I don't like how people come here and just like look and watch people living. I don't like that. That ain't cool. I don't like people zoos. I'm not really a fan of tourists. There's a difference between people that like to go visit places and look at things, and then tourists. There's a big difference, and I never liked tourists. And I mean, they have like an admissions. Like, you pay admission to go and just walk around where people live. I'm like, why would they tolerate that? Like, you know? Because it's money. It's revenue. That's why. That's why. So, emotional control. More evidence of people losing it. Are anybody keeping track of all the court cases right now? We got all the perverts are lining up. Spacey, Matheson, and Weinstein. All of them. They're all, you know. It's the truth always comes out. The truth always comes out. Well, wow, that's interesting. I'll have to look into that. A journalist that was investigating Biden was raided by the FBI, and now he's missing. Did you see that governor? There's like, I saw 2 governors that quit today. Or not governors, senators. One from New Mexico. The guy ran into like 3 parked cars a few months back. They said it was a medical event. That's suspicion. And then a guy in Utah looks like a scumbag. I didn't get his name. But the more and more truth is being... Because, Rivet, you know as well as I do, when people, their self-wills run riot and they don't got discipline to freaking, you know, hey, don't do that. That's not good for everybody. That's only good for you. They don't got that discipline. So, you know as well as I do what people are capable of when their self-will runs riot. You know, here, people don't like somebody. Somebody just disappear. That's how they do it in New Mexico, man. If somebody doesn't like you, you will disappear. It's a trip. And now that everybody has guns and stuff everywhere, huh? Uh, it's a lot easier for me to just have a belief in a higher power to let me know that things are that I can lean on and rely on, because it's always taking care of us, and as long as I don't go too far to the dark side, our needs are always taken care of, me and mom, and that's all I want. That's all I want is mom to live comfortably as long as she's on the earth, because she's lived so uncomfortably for so long. It's the least that I mean, I don't know why. So people, there's like this group of people just get to live really good lives, but while so many other people struggle and go through hard times, and it's just an imbalance. It's an imbalance in societies. It's an imbalance in each and every one of us. It's an imbalance, as within, so without. The more imbalance people are inside, the more we're gonna meet that calamity outside. And I don't know, things are just so weird here. I got a video today of this. Maybe I'll post it up later on like a story or something if the video's short enough. But it's this road, they fixed this road here. Yeah, more than 30 drivers got flat tires along the 405 freeway during the morning commute. And I got a video of a woodpecker today. That was cool. Woodpecker. We don't see a lot of them around here. He's right in the middle. Did you see that? Boop. He's right here. They're migrating. A lot of magpies. But, here it is. I'll just show it here. Driving around, if you see these black patches, we're coming up on these black patches. Oh, that wasn't it. There we go. The black patches. Here it comes. Yeah, no skyscraper. Look at that. Look at that craptastic. Look how craptastic that crappy road patch is. And you drive by this stuff and you got 2 guys working, 7 guys standing around, and they all make about $25 an hour. Yeah, there's integrity at its best. It's not road crews. They don't have they do have their New Mexico Department of Transportation, but most of crap jobs like that, they're all outsourced. They're outsourced to construction companies, to their bros, to their cousins, and then they get paid 3 times as much as a regular job because they're doing it for the county. It's all money laundering, dude. It's all of it. It's all of it. And they just keep making up more. Oh, we need more and more and more money to help the people. And it never goes to the people. It doesn't. Collectively, things are going to get real interesting. Especially now, we're coming into eclipse season, too. And, man, I'm cautiously optimistic. For me and mom. But things are definitely spicing up. They're definitely changing all the time, every day. I got to educate a woman today about gliders. The lady that sold me my bed. Electronic gliders. Because I'm standing there and I'm talking to her. I'm like, I'm up here, and I'm trying to stay down here, but my energy is I'm being flooded, right? And I'm telling her, I'm like, well, and she's like, you have to forgive me. My system's really slow right now. And I take 2 steps back. I said, yeah, that's me. And she kind of looks at me sideways. I saw an electronic slider. And I gave her some examples. We vibe high. We disrupt technology. Because as soon as I step back, she was able to go on and continue what she was doing. And then a couple minutes later, out of nowhere, she's like, my daughter does stuff like that. She can only wear a watch and the battery drains fast. And so I'm like, yeah, I call this watch killers. It's the same kind of thing. Look it up. It's an electronic slider. And she wrote it down. I love teaching people about stuff, man. If I could just teach people what well, that's what I do. That's why I do these YouTube videos. I just tell people what I know and what I learn as I've witnessed it, as I've accounted it, you know. I don't make stories up here. I don't have any reason to lie about anything. I've done over 1,900 videos and not one. I might have put out wrong information because of the information that I got at the time. But there's a lot of videos where once I collect more data, I amend I amend things all the time because we're always changing and we're always evolving. You know, we're human beings. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. But at the same time, you know, we're always presented data, giving us more stuff to consider. You know, well, yeah, maybe that's how it is. Maybe it's a little less like that. Maybe it's not like that so much. And it's a little more like that. I can get carried away because I believe in an all things possible multi-universe. And if it's not happening on this planet, you know, all the ways I've ever dreamed and imagined and wished the world was, I know there's places out there, someplace that's how it is, you know. And I mean, there's got to be a place where all these people that just disappear go. I saw a trippy video the other day about this woman and this guy were sitting by this swimming pool, and they were talking. It was kind of felt like a first date kind of thing, and they were talking and stuff. And then the light, like the light shifted, and they both started looking around. I showed it to Mom. Hey, PETA. Hi from Taos. And the guy was talking to this woman, and she just, like, the light went brrr, and she just went poof and disappeared. And he was, like, looking everywhere. So where all those people go? Higher dimensions, different dimensions, you know? Our spirit, it's just our electric field, you know? And just whatever we tune in, you know? I used to watch shows when I was younger, like Ripley's Believe It or Not, and like these mystery shows that they had, you know, where like people died under like really peculiar circumstances, and it was the people that died by spontaneous combustion, and you would just they would just find these people in their legs, and I'm like, I bet those are freaking really bad science projects gone bad. You know, like the early premise of like directed energy weapons and stuff like that. You know, the governments and officials of every country, they use all this money, and then they since they're so into killing and mauling and not conserving human life at all, which begs the question, you know, I wonder what kind of DNA they really have, because they don't care about humanity. They don't care about life, and that's what. You know, that's the difference between us and the four-legged animals, is that we have the ability to think and rationalize, and we have thumbs, and we're supposed to be, you know, the custodians of the earth. And the wicked just like got out of hand, and then, you know, the less wicked just became weary and just stopped, you know, pushing back. They just rolled over. A lot of people have just rolled over, you know. 2 years I had to wear a mask. I would wear it like all over, like I'd put it around my head. I would not wear it proper, you know, and I would just go to the grocery store, and that's it. For like, you know, and it's just like, that's what they want. They're just like, well, if you're not going to do what we do, then you're not a part of our society. And it's like, why can't you make a society for everybody? Oh, because the world isn't ready for freedom yet. Think about what the world would be like if everybody had their own, you know, they could just do what it's, well, that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the world living in a place of freedom because there's so many people that are just living crazy. It's important to have, what I have found for me is that I need a spiritual discipline to keep me grounded and to keep me calm. I need to live just one day at a time and not focus too much except the present moment. I need physical exercise to get all my yah-yahs out. Just the, you know? I need to do these talks as part of my spiritual conditioning to keep some of the thoughts that get bigger and grandiose, small and manageable. I need elders in my life that I can get guidance from. Ask them their experience. You know, if they've gone through these things and how they fared through it. I get the best advice from people that have gone through things much harder than me. I need to maintain sobriety against alcohol and false drugs, pharmaceutical drugs, all those things. The VA gave me pills a few years ago, and it changed my mind. It changed the way I think. And I've been trying real hard to get back. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get back to the way I think, because once you have the eyes to see, you can't not know the truth. And I've been revealed a lot of truths that people just aren't willing to accept, because the people that aren't willing to accept it, they benefit and they profit from the stuff that I speak out against. So they don't want to trade their lavish, 4,000 square foot houses in, because that's not what that's people need. I have too much, and it's they're gonna learn that you're gonna need a lot. You can have a good, comfortable life as long as your loved ones are around with a lot less. So now the little cats are starting to run around. Anyway, I already got the van loaded for a trip out in the morning. I'll probably do a bunch of loads with the minivan, and then maybe, I don't know. I know a guy with the truck, but we'll see. I might just rent a U-Haul but I mean, like, the biggest thing I have is my dresser. I mean, like, the mattress that I sleep on and stuff like that, I can roll it up and throw it in the back of the minivan. But anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough. I hope people are doing good. I hope things are pretty good in Australia there. You guys are getting a lot of freaking flooding and stuff like that too. But it was startling. It startles me sometimes, because I know it's past life stuff. When I look at the videos, like in Venezuela, and the freaking roads were just mucho rapido rivers. That's scary, man. That's scary. And but here, where we are, it's not so scary here right now. My Addison's disease is flaring up. It does it when I get under a lot of stress. So I've been making myself eat. I've been having to force myself to eat, because I have no appetite at all. And then I'll start to get hungry, and I'm just like, nothing even sounds good. But you got to do it, because it's important, that whole halt thing, man. There's a lot to that. Never get too hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Because you get too much of any of those, and sometimes how many people are sustaining their lives with, like, having too much of all of them, I hope people find their people. I hope people hook up and find their tribes and their communities and all that stuff. I really do. I think things are going to get nutty and weird and freaking just bizarro land. It's that 4D. It's like we're in 3D, and then you got to pull up through the 4D, all that weird stuff, to get to the, 5th or higher, But more and more people will start showing up into my 5D Earth when they start caring less and less about the freaking systems that the overlords are putting in place. I can't stand the elite, man. I can't. They are just so trite. They're so mundane. Their minds are the same as they were when they were 15. So their ideas and things like that, it's the mental mentality of 15-year-olds. You know? But they all pay themselves what are they up to now? 180,000, 170,000? Those 535 seats that need to be control alt deletes. That's about all I got for now.